Okay guys, so as we've seen, Job's friends are the ones in the wrong and Job is completely blameless. And I mean, what? You want me to read Job 19 verse 6? But fine. Know then that God has put me in the wrong and closed his net about me. But wait, wasn't Job blameless? Wait, why is he saying that? Hello guys, and welcome back to yet another video. As if you know, if you've been watching the other videos, I've been focusing a bunch on Job's friends and how much Job is suffering, but I haven't really touched on the fact that Job is not as blameless as he once was in Job chapter 1 and 2, because Job has lost his way sadly, and in losing his way, he's blaming God. He's blaming God for punishing him, even though we know that wasn't the case. Of course, Job didn't know, because Job didn't have Job 1 and 2 there to read, but even so, Job lost his way and is now blaming God. Job even continues to say in Job 19 verses 8 through 11, when he says, "He has walled up my way so that I cannot pass, and he has set darkness upon my paths. He has stripped me from my glory and taken the crown from my head. He breaks me down on every side, and I am gone, and my hope has he pulled up like a tree. He has kindled his wrath against me, and counts me as his adversary." As you see, Job is really blaming God, and yes, he's suffering, but that's not to say that what he's doing is correct. And of course, there's still more to come in the later chapters of Job and stuff, but this is something that I want to point out. And this is something that is very important, first in our relationship with God, and also with our relationship with others, other human beings, like, and that's humility, that's being humble. Because we must be humble enough to recognize when we are in the wrong. Because we are not perfect, and we sin, and we must repent, we must truly repent when those times come. But we must be humble enough to recognize when we're in the wrong. Because we humans tend to be very arrogant, very prideful, and find it hard to do. I mean, a lot of discussions and fights nowadays is because either one or both sides, or all sides in general, cannot admit that they're in the wrong. And of course, there's nothing wrong with trying to defend a belief, especially if it's God. When it's God, we must be humble, kind, and bold about it. But we mustn't try to criticize and be arrogant about it. But even so, we must be humble enough to recognize when we are in the wrong, because as I said, we are not perfect, only God is. Humility has always been painted, I would say, in a very bad way, when it doesn't deserve to be painted like that, because humility is powerful. A lot of people call humility being humble, weak, or shallow, but that is not the case. Proverbs 11 verse 2 says, "When pride comes, then comes disgrace, but with the humble is wisdom." Being humble is not weak. Being humble is actually being wise, because being prideful and arrogant just leads to disgrace and suffering, and that is a reality that a lot of people don't like to admit. And further, James 4 verse 10 says, "Humble yourselves before the Lord, and he will exalt you." We see that humility, being humble, is actually good, and we see that good things can come from being humble. The Lord will lift us up, and of course that can mean very different things to very different people in different situations. But the point is that humility, being humble, is good. Sadly, to this day, I would say a lot of people think that the more prideful you are, the stronger and better you are. And when it's not the case, actually being humble is more wiser and better, because when you think about it, being humble is having good self-control. It's controlling when you know that you are wrong and admitting it. As I said, being humble is self-control, and if you know, self-control is one of the fruits of the Spirit. But arrogance is just a one-way path to failure and suffering, man. It is not a good path, okay? Like, there's nothing wrong with being proud of something that you did. that you worked for, okay? There's nothing wrong with that. But we must always recognize that God is first, okay? And always, we shouldn't, as always, we shouldn't get carried away with being proud. And let God be us all. See you all. Honestly, guys, I don't know what to say for this post-outro clip. Humility is great. Actually, now that I think about it, if you guys really want to see more, try Galatians, because Galatians does touch a lot on the fruits of the Spirit and grace. So if you want to see the fruits of the Spirit, Galatians is a good place. Ephesians also touches on grace and a bit of the fruits of the Spirit. So yeah, you guys, let's see, what's that word? Benefits. Yeah, I hope you guys benefit from that knowledge. But yeah, guys, we're in Job 19, and next time we will be in Job 20. We are almost halfway there. Okay, guys, we are yet so close, but yet so far away. But anyway, guys, I'll leave you guys be, and I'll see you guys on the next one. Bye.